Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, here with my May mid-month wrap-up. I'm so excited to talk about these books with y'all. If you're new and you haven't watched one of my mid-month wrap-ups before, I just want to let you know that I don't share any of my reading stats here, so like how many books I've read so far this month or like page counts, etc. That will all be in my end-of-month wrap-up, and I'm excited to talk about everything I read so far because honestly, it's just fun. I have had a pretty good reading month so far, I would say. There's been some interesting choices in my reading and things that surprised me. So I'm excited to talk about those with you today, as well as talk about some of what I'm currently reading at the end of the video. There'll be timestamps down below if you want to skip ahead to anything in particular. But yeah, let's jump right into it. I didn't read a lot in the last week, I will say that as well, because I went on a vacation with my bestie and her partner along with my partner and just took time to not read. And you know what? Sometimes you need that, okay? If you're like struggling to read and you're trying to force yourself and it's not working, I can't recommend like just stop. Just let it go. It's fine. It'll be there. It'll come back to you. Obviously that can be hard to do if you make content, but I promise it'll be okay. Let's jump right into all the books I read so far. So first I read I Think I Might Want You by Christina C. Jones. As y'all know, I'm on a journey to slowly read through all of her backlist. This was one of the ones I picked up this last half of the month. I had it checked out from Hoopla and was like, I need to just go ahead and listen to it. This is a fun second chance novella, very quick. I gave it 4 stars still. Like, it's fine. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It's not quite a 3 though. Like, it's better than a 3. Our female main character runs into a man she hooked up with on a vacation, thought she'd never see again. Lo and behold, she's at her friend's barbecue or her sister's barbecue, something like that. So yeah, it's a second chance romance. It's very quick. It's very fun. They get to decide what and who they want to be together now that they're reunited after a night of really hot sex. Next I read Wedding Crasher by Mia Sosa. I gave this a 3.5. I liked this book. It was funny. I giggled at some parts, but some of the parts of this book that like would have been standout from the first book, I guess, if that makes sense. If you read The Worst Best Man, I really liked The Worst Best Man, but this one I feel like was missing elements that I really loved in The Worst Best Man, and it just didn't deliver in the same way. We follow Dean, who is an aspiring partner at a law firm, and Solange, who is trying to figure out her life and what she wants to do after her like internship situation ends, and they end up fake dating. And I feel like a lot of books right now are fake dating based, or I'm in a weird fake dating, like somehow in a fake dating like reading thing happening, because like I feel like everything I'm reading is fake dating without even trying. But they end up fake dating so that he can make a partner at the law firm and help woo this person to join their law firm. And they go through the motions of fake dating, and it's very cute and fun. Like I said, there's some really funny moments, but some of it also is just, it was just not there. Like, I don't know, something was lacking that I'm not quite sure what that element was, but that element was in The Worst Best Man, and I just didn't love it as much as I wanted to. I did not love their third act breakup situation. This is coming in Thursday's vlog also, by the way, if you're curious. I'm reading a bunch of arcs right now and doing a vlog for it, so if you're really curious, it will be in Thursday's vlog, so feel free to pick that up or come back and watch that if you really want like more in the moment thoughts on this with no spoilers, because yeah, I don't know, didn't love it. Then I read Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma, which I gave 4 stars. I think my favorite thing about this is that they both are very prickly characters. Our female main character and our male main character are so prickly in this book, and I really like that, and they're not gonna like not be who they are for each other. So this follows Karina and Prem. They had really great sex in this book. It was really hot sex. He eats her ass out. I was stunned because this is a traditionally published book, and let me tell you, that is not something I expect, much less expect out of a cartoon cover. So there's that. This is definitely on the steamier side for a traditionally published book with a cartoon cover, in my opinion. So yeah, this one was really good in that way. I gave it 4 stars. There's quite a bit of pop culture references in it, which I don't mind because honestly, I get tired of seeing dated pop culture references in contemporary, and these felt more relevant to now. So that was nice. I didn't adore how our male main character couldn't figure out how different expressions of love work, especially someone who's a doctor and like has a whole show called like, where he talks about like heartbreak and love. Like, you should understand love languages a little bit, right? And I do also want to note quickly here something I've not seen discussed a lot. So this book deals heavily in grief. Our female main character, Karina, is mourning her mother who's been gone for a while, but still, that's a hard hitter, in my opinion. And then also, Prem is mourning the loss of a partner. And, you know, I just think those can be heavy hitters that, like, when not properly noted, can really throw you for a loop with a cute cartoony cover. Next, I read Zodiac Academy, The Awakening. I give this 3 stars. There will be a whole chapter 3 podcast episode about this that I did over with Bethany, over at Beautifully Bookish Bethany, and Jess from Jess Owens joined me, and I suggested we read it and have Jess on because she hated it, and I was like, I feel like I would be in the middle, and they both did not like it. It's weird. Listen, I'm not going to deny the fact to you that like Zodiac Academy is a weird book. It is total popcorn book. Also though, like you could just devour these, I feel like, and be done with the whole series in no time because they're just kind of like meaningless. Like you could not tell the 2 sisters apart, which were like Tori and Darcy, I think. I don't even remember their names now, but yeah, couldn't tell them apart for the life of me. Even the boys were kind of all a mesh of them, of the same person, weirdly. But even with that said, I still give it 3 stars and I still kind of want to continue. I'm just curious as to why it's so popular, and people keep saying like, oh, it picks up after book 3 or 4, and I can listen to the audios for like the first 3. So I'm thinking to slowly listen to them and maybe document my journey through the series, because I'm just like half curious to see how it ends. I think book 9 is the last book, but I don't know. I'm not that invested that I've like looked it up, if that makes sense. So I'm just curious, very curious. Then I read Her Villains by Jade Presley. This is in a vlog where I read books based on Marvel characters, movies. This was my favorite. I really liked this one a whole freaking bunch. This one is a reverse harem or polyamorous romance. We follow a princess who is betrothed to these brothers. I don't know if they're actually like full-blown brothers or not, to be honest with you. But anyways, she's betrothed to them and they get married and they journey, and it's like this fantasy, kind of sci-fi fantasy, I guess, situation. They journey back and she slowly falls in love with them, and like each one's based off a different character. And the way, I mean, I saw a lot of it coming, but not in a bad way, like in a really fun way. Like I just really enjoyed this, and I was able to kind of just like turn my brain off a little and have a good ride, which I couldn't do with some of the other ones in that vlog. So there's that. But yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. It was so good. Solid little fantasy romance situation. I don't even think you have to have the references for Marvel movies to like it, if that makes sense. Then I read Bound by Vita Weiss. This is a short little novella novelette. This I gave 4 stars. It is very dirty, very short. It has primal play in it, so I loved that. But this follows a harpy who is given to these cat shifters, and they enter into a polyamorous relationship. And there is a lot of like dubcon, consent, non-consent happening. It is like 50 pages. This is a fun little preview for what's to come in the full-length book. I'm very curious to read that full-length book sooner than later. And like as soon as it comes out, it's not out yet. Like I want it. So I'm hopeful that Vita Weiss comes out with it and it's delightful. I still need to read her other full lengths, but Avita is definitely one of my favorite for like paranormal and like just weird, interesting novelettes that preview her full books. I am gonna link in the comments to the trigger warnings she provides. This book has a lot and it needs these trigger warnings in my opinion, and you should definitely check them out before diving in. Then we have Tryst 6 Venom, which I finished, and there was a vlog that went up last week for. This is by Penelope Douglas. I have a fraught relationship with Penelope Douglas, we'll call it. I have liked some of her books and I've not liked a lot of her books. And I liked Tryst 6 Venom. I thought that this was a bully romance that worked pretty well for me. It is sapphic, and I honestly think if you're curious about it and you're open to it, to maybe try it, but it may not work for you. I did use the audiobook, so that also may have helped. But yeah. And then last but not least, the one manga I've read so far this month is My Boyfriend in Orange, volume 9. I gave this 4 stars. It's a really cute continuation, and I need to pick up volumes 10 and 11 later this month so I can be completely caught up. All right, let's talk about my ridiculous currently reading shelf. I'm gonna screenshot it for you, but here's the deal. I'm not actively reading all of these, so you can't judge me. So I am currently finishing up Electric Idol by Katie Robert. This will be in Thursday's vlog, as will the next one. I'm really liking this so far. I'm about halfway through. Can't wait to finish it up a little bit later today. I had to film this video first, so here we are, prioritizing content over reading. Hate to see it. Hate to see it sometimes. Electric Idol follows Psyche and Eros, who end up in a fake relationship, fake marriage, so he doesn't have to kill her. That's basically my summary. Psyche is a plus-size heroine, and I'm really enjoying her as a character so far. as I have every female character in the Dark Olympus series. So I'm really curious to see where this goes. Then I'm also reading Battle Royale by Lucy Parker. I started the audio of this and didn't love it, so I think I'm gonna pause and come back through on my ebook copy to see what I think. Battle Royale will be in my ARC blog on Thursday. Whether I finish it or DNF it, we shall see. I'm also in the middle of Queen of Madness by Lee Jacquot. This is book 1 in her The Wicked Wonderland duet. I started this on the Mafia weekend readathon, and my plan just got scrapped that weekend. Just everything was going on. So we let that go. I also started Ruthless Fae, which is the second Zodiac Academy, and I am enjoying it, but I put it back because I'm reading a whole bunch of other stuff. I told you, my currently reading right now is Out of Control. Then I'm also in the middle of Again by J.L. Seegers, which I also am really liking, and I would like to finish up before the end of the month. And lastly, Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton I'm in the middle of, and also would like to finish before the end of the month. So my goal this week is honestly to tackle as many of these as I can and clear my currently reading shelf before the end of May, because it's a problem. And I also will be starting on Burn For Me and White Hot this week, because the live show for the Hidden Legacy books is on Friday. I will be sharing that again on my social media channels for y'all. But if you're watching this and you want to join the lives, I will link to the first live down below for you. And yeah, be sure to read the books and come join us. I'm so excited to dive back in. I'm so excited to dive back into this series. So that is everything I've read so far this month. My Out of Control currently reading shelf, and you know, I have a hope and a prayer and a joy and a fingers crossed that I will somehow manage to get through all of these books this month, on top of like everything else going on. We got this. It's gonna happen. So if you made it this far, let me know what you're currently reading and loving or loved. And if you don't want to do that, you could also tell me which one of those currently reading books you think I should prioritize, or leave me a suitcase emoji, because I gotta go unpack. I gotta go unpack and start working on that as well. So yeah, that's it for this. I will have links to all these books in that description box, as well as links to be my friend anywhere on the internet, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye.
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away.